Okay, we're back. How you going, legends? We're back from Easter break, and we've had some bit of action in the market. So I didn't do a video the past couple of days because, well, we've had Easter break, and the markets were going sideways. So that was in here. And then yesterday, which was still Sunday in the States, we had this candle, this one right here, and caught me by surprise. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's still Easter. Markets are dead quiet. Everything else was still pretty calm. But then it turns out Michael Saylor posts that MicroStrategy has bought a whole bunch more Bitcoin. So, okay, good. But it's only him buying. But then today, which is now Tuesday, Easter is over. Everybody that was celebrating Easter is now back to work. It seems that we have action and Bitcoin has pumped massively. It's hit the resistance level, which I have been posting about in my group for a while. So here it is, this line here, and then that's like the top of the range in just here. So you can see here where this is the level where everything just like nuked after, Trump went on his, I don't know what he would have said here, but obviously it was him. And this whole thing has been all tariff news and everything. So that's the level that we want to reclaim. And then we're back to where we were before, but we've touched the underside of that range. So this recovery part here and then back down. So we've hit that and come back down. We've tagged it, rejected. In terms of volume, it's been massive. So this is like in the last couple of hours and a few here. So from what I can tell, just having a quick look at Twitter this morning, there's been some news, more comments from Trump. Found a good Twitter account that seems to just live tweet news announcements. So in the past hour or two, we've had some good news. So where was it that I saw here? So Besant swears in Security and Exchange Commission Chair Atkins in the Oval Office. So this Atkins guy is pro-Bitcoin. That's all you really need to know. So we got the head of the SEC now is pro-Bitcoin. Very good. Atkins' top priority is regulation of digital assets. That is good. Sees no reason for CFTC and the FTC can't work together. It's good. Okay, then Trump has some words. So they're doing well with China, getting the baseline of 10%. That's good because if you remember back to where Liberation Day was, which is April 2nd, like this part right here. Right, so here's April 2nd. At the start of the speech, Trump talked about 10%, right? 10% was the tariffs. And then he brought out the charts and said, this country's going to get this and this country's going to get that on top of the 10. And then markets didn't like it. And that's when we had the nuking and, like the worst stock market results ever or some shit. So, because he started with 10% and everyone was like, okay, cool, we can handle that. That's kind of in line with what we expected and we went up. So now we're back to talking about getting the baseline back of 10%. So that's back to expectations. So this is good. Trade losers are over. Okay, maybe. Stock market increased pleasantly. Well, yeah, of course, because he's saying good stuff. Transition period will take some time. Yes. This is a transition period. Of course it is. I will not bring up coronavirus with China. That is a good thing. You don't want to provoke them. If they don't make a deal, we'll set the deal. Okay, so that's good. At least, makes sense, right? Because from what I've heard or read, that Japan went over there to have a chat with them. And they come over and they say, hey, all this tariff stuff's not good. We're here to make a deal. What is it that you want? And then the United States says, well, what have you got? And then Japan goes, what are you talking about? You're the one that are setting all these tariffs and stuff, so you must want something. But they didn't tell them. And they got upset and they just said, well, we're done here. Like, right? Good on them. Like, if there's obviously, if there is a plan and they're not telling them, that's not good. And if they don't have a plan at all, it makes sense why they're not telling them. And not having a plan when you're fucking up the entire world's economy isn't good. You need to pull their head in. So China, other countries must reach an agreement. Well, obviously, that'd be nice if we just get this all over and done with. They do not need to pay if they come in, create jobs. Well, yeah, that's how tariffs work, we know. It takes a long time to set up factories, you know. We're collecting a lot of money from tariffs. Yeah. A lot is not a number though, is it? There'll be a lot of businesses also closing, so because they can't afford to import. Anyway, best at luck net, others will establish the deal. Well, let's hope so. Europe was ready to exploit us. Well, yeah. EU ceases to do that now. Okay, good. It will decrease significantly, but will not reach zero. Fair. Plans will be supportive of China. This is good. China will be pleased. This is also good. It's at 145. They will not be close to that number. Excellent. Ultimate China tariffs won't be close to 145. This is good. No trial for all these individuals. Price decrease, not rise. Well, you know, we'll see. We'll be selling outside of the United States. Okay, good. Ideal moment to decrease rates. Prefer PAL to be early, not late. No plan to dismiss PAL. This is a key one here. Like, we want to make sure that the Federal Reserve is an independent entity and doesn't take orders from the president. Otherwise, there's no separation of powers, right? And the president can just like do whatever the hell he wants. Whether you agree with the Fed Reserve system or not, I think it is good that they are independent. Otherwise, you know, Trump would be some sort of dictator. Like, whoever the president of the United States is could be just have global control of everything. That's not good. Never intended to dismiss power. Well, the messaging hasn't been clear, has it? If the Federal Reserve Chair Powell does not, it's not the end. Well, no. So Powell's term ends in May next year. So he'll be gone eventually. And then the president gets to choose. I think that's how it works. The president gets to choose who the next chair is. So, you know, at worst, he has to wait a year. I think we'll make a deal with China. Okay, good. Powell wants to be more active in reducing. Does he? Well, we'll soon see. No plans to dismiss the chair. Good. Said it twice. Everyone will do well in the United States because of tariffs. That is false. Tariffs will send people's businesses, you know, if they can't afford to import stuff from China to like the raw goods or whatever they need to make the thing that they're making, then they're going to go under. But if you're going to reduce the tariffs, okay, good. Yen falls after Trump. No intention of firing power, so that's good. And then that's about it from Trump. So back to the charts then. Everybody's liking it. The stock market is up. This is the S&P. So we're back up. How much is that pumped? 5%. Yeah, so for an index as large as the S&P, that's good. Just quickly, you know, you want to get above this trend. So maybe if you're looking at support resistance lines, you want the S&P to be above 5,500. And ideally these EMAs, but you know, 5,500 would be good. That will set the tone for, you know, people will be, okay, you know, things are getting back to relative normality. So this is good. Bitcoin is rocketing. So this is the line that I had in before around here. As you can see, this is like an area of interest. This is where we've tagged. Let's go to the 4 hour just to get a bit more clarity on it. So tag here. Here's consolidation here. Topping here. Tag, bounce here. So good level. Remember, support and resistance zones are just that. They are zones, they are areas. They are not like single dollar prices. So it is more technically correct to be doing something like this. But, you know, a line for me is enough. It's quicker just to draw a line than stuff around with it like that. So, but that's just the way I do it. You can obviously draw them however you want. We are in an interesting point. So for the entire run down from the Pico top to the Pico bottom of tariff fear, 618 is actually this line here. We'll get rid of the fibs. So as you can see, it's lining up with price action as well, which is not unusual. The we are so back line is if we do that or something of the sort, because right now we could still get into this area and bear start shorting. So this is good. This is definitely good. You know, we could sort of just, you know, meander here for a bit and then go up, and that's fine too. So, but we're in a new range now. We're definitely a lot better than we were before. Down here is the sad area. This is sad times down here. This is good times up here. So we're in the right direction. Gold is on an absolute tear. Now, this looks like if this was a crypto chart, you would say that that's like a, you know, an exhaustion wick and we're done and we're going to come back. It looks like a blow off top almost to me. Who knows though, right? Because if the stock market starts coming back and people get more risk on, then gold will top out for a bit. It's had an insane run. It needs a breather. It hasn't really had a big one. It kind of looks like it's going to be. So this candle has just started. This was the last week. This is the weekly candle. The daily here is here. This one wicked up and came back. Could be a breather. So that would be good. So if people like gold is like a safe haven. Bitcoin being digital gold is some people will view it as a safe haven, but definitely more risky. But if we're going risk on, even a little bit, then Bitcoin becomes more attractive. So pullbacks in gold, people buying digital gold. What else is going on? Yeah, we just talked about that. So that's the guy there. That's Paul Atkins. So Bitcoin and crypto will be his top priority. Next 4 years are going to be wild. Yes. Fartcoin getting no major success. Yeah, so Fartcoin's having a bit of a run too. Massive run. Like at $1.14 now. So I think the previous all-time high for that was like $2.60 or something. So it's had a great run. So canary in the coal mine even. Good to see. All the other memes are, there's a lot of other memes that are pumping now too. Bonk, sinks month can downtrend broken, double bottom at historic support. Yep. I mean, the Bonk chart, let's go have a look at the Bonk chart, shall we? I mean, the Bonk chart is all right. Basically looks like a Wall Street cheat sheet pattern to me, but it's definitely broken out of whatever range it was in, but we've still got this one here. So it's kind of similar to where Bitcoin is. So if Bitcoin cracks through that 92-ish or whatever area it was, then this should go up. The like Bonk and Bitcoin seem to be correlated, but it's definitely bottomed and trying to go up. So Tesla's first quarter operating income, 399 million, estimated 1.13 billion. Wow. Did not make estimations at all. Not good. If you're on Twitter and you don't follow this trader, do so. She has some good calls. She's been pretty consistent over the years. What's she calling here? Death cross, recross, and then go up. So yeah, more of a like a fractal pattern that's playing out. So could be. Raoul Pal talking about global M2 and Bitcoin. So the prevailing theory is that, you know, nothing really is special happening. It's more about if global liquidity goes up, Bitcoin just follows it, but it lags it by like 3 months. So this black line is the M2 global money supply with a 12-week lead, and it's just, you know, been shifted to the left, and then Bitcoin is in the red here, has been overlaid, and you can see that it's the same. So the theory is that Bitcoin just follows this line. That's fine. That's good. You can handle that. The European Central Bank wants Trump's pro-crypto stance could trigger financial contagion that may destabilize Europe's economy. A surge in US-backed stablecoins could lead to a flight of European capital into the US. Well, maybe. Who knows? I mean, but US stablecoins have been available for ages, so, right? ETH outperforming Bitcoin and Sol on the move up. Is this time different? Nah, maybe, but it's been outperforming it on the way down too. So, yeah, who knows? Yeah, this guy usually has some good calls too. So Dime saying, you know, we've hit that area, come back, consolidate and go up, which is what I said was an option before. So I'm not sure, but it was a pretty big move. So I'd say we likely consolidate for a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Mert. That's exactly what I just said. Like USD stable coins have been existed for years. So it doesn't matter. More people will know if Trump starts pushing it though. Like if the US start really adopting it, then yeah, it'll make it easy for people to store their wealth in US dollars should they wish to. Yeah, we've got some, I saw this one earlier this morning too. We've got TV stations like Bloomberg and stuff saying that, you know, Bitcoin is decoupling from the stock market. I saw that on 2 separate reports, so that's good. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. You know, it's not supposed to be a tech stock. It's supposed to be, you know, digital gold. Because Bitcoin should not be reacting the way that it is with regards to the US stock market, because Bitcoin is a global thing, right? It's not tied to the US economy. It's a global money. Anyone can use it anywhere, right? Why is it behaving like that? And I think now the market is starting to realize, oh, hey, maybe, you know, it's not. A large part is probably because Michael Saylor's got like 2.5% of the entire supply, and that's tied to MicroStrategy. But I think the market is starting to wake up that, you know, just because the US economy isn't great because of all these tariffs doesn't mean that Bitcoin is any less valuable. The World Economic Forum launches investigation to its founder for financial misconduct days after he resigned as chairman. Jeez, really? The World Economic Forum? Misconduct? No. Oh my God. Is that what's happening here? Okay, so it's Abstract Chain. So this person works for Abstract Chain. Go to your own platform, make a burner wallet, fund it, donate it to your own employee. Oh God. Like, is everything a scam? Jeez, it doesn't have to be. I'm never deleting this app. You're obsessed with your looks. You're obsessed with people's sexuality. You publicly suck Trump's dick on your timeline. You're obsessed with other men. Whole lot of projection going on, calling other people queer, brother. No shame in admitting it. I'm married to a woman who was never a stripper or an OnlyFans whore. Lol. Okay, so if you're not up on who Donald is, that is actually a thing. Know plenty of gay dudes married to women that act much less gay than you do. Just sit back down, jerk it to your own pics, blah, blah, blah. Why do you know plenty of gay dudes married to women? Oh, man. Never deleting this app. Yeah, I mean, oh, God, there's some funny ones, I'll tell you what. Trump says he wants to fire Jay Powell, dollar rips, Bitcoin rips. Trump says he has no intention of firing Jay Powell, dollar rips, Bitcoin rips some more. Yeah, it is weird. Coinbase confirms it's considering applying for a US federal bank charter, a move that would let it offer traditional banking services like deposits and loans. Okay, so 1, this is good, right? But 2, Coinbase customer service is atrocious. Oh my God, I've used it. I'll never use it again, and it's just gotten worse since I've people on Twitter are just posting stuff about their accounts getting locked up and they can't access their funds. Don't use Coinbase. Like, I love what they do with the innovation and their, you know, connections in government and trying to steer policy and defending, you know, all the cases that they've fought against the SEC and everything. That's been fantastic. But their app just sucks. You realize how disgusting this is. Treasury Secretary tells a closed-door meeting of hedge funds, pensions, and endowments that the tariffs are going to be massively scaled back. Financial media reports on it hours after the fact. And as stocks were ripping all morning long on zero positive news at all. And then the president confirms all investors' statements after the market closes for the day. Oh, is that why? Okay. So this came out after the market closed. Oh, God. Really? Like, how I mean, how can we win if everything's manipulated, right? I mean, that's why I am so, why I want crypto to win, right? Because it at least levels the playing field a bit, because you can see the data on chain and you can see what happens. It doesn't stop anything about, news reports, things and backroom deals and all that sort of stuff, but at least you can see the flows and the money moving around. In TradFi, we had no access to that unless you have some sort of like Bloomberg terminal thing, which costs like 50 grand a year. And right, you just need a phone and you can check the chain and see what happens. So, but how are we supposed to, like, we're not, like, as a regular person, we're not asking for handouts. We just want it to be fair, I think, right? We just want it to be fair. What's Trader Main say? Basically up from here towards 96 is the upper spot for a lower high. If the bears are still in control, we're up 20% in the last 3 weeks. Yep. On point with what I said. There's that area that he's pointing out right here. And that's what I'm saying. So back here and up. So that's a few people so far that have echoing what I'm saying. So that's a good thing. Raiders of the Lost Ark was made in 1981 and took place in 1936. If they did a remake next year with the same time gap, it would take place in 1981. Oh no. Oh no. It's so over. 1999, UK sells its all its gold. Did Canada really sell all its gold in 2016? Wow, okay. Yeah, CNBC was the other one that said it. So, yep, Bitcoin decoupling. New CME gap. Okay, right. Well, that'll just mean that we get a pull back to this area. So, yep, not a surprise. Memes are heating up. Yep, good. Bitcoin dominance made new highs and the whole timeline is seemingly euphoric. Lol, yeah, Here's the thing about Bitcoin dominance, all right? Let's go have a look at it. Here's the Bitcoin dominance chart, right? And all Bitcoin dominance is the market cap of Bitcoin versus literally everything else. The problem with saying everything else is there's new coins created all the time. The other sticking point is that if you ignore Bitcoin from the list and just look at the everything else list, the largest coin by a wide margin is Ethereum. And Ethereum has been in the toilet for years. Look here. This was the merge. It's been down only ever since. So, yeah. Bitcoin dominance is going to be up only. And that is the only reason that it is. So, when ETH starts to pick up, and it looks like it got, a decent bounce today. But the thing that we need is a bigger bounce from this. Because this is just this, upside down, right? So Bitcoin dominance is useless. If you actually want to look at alt season and the alt market and all that sort of stuff, you really need to ignore pretty much everything in the top 10. Because everything in the top 10 includes stable coins, right? So that's unfair. And then you got Solana and you got Ripple and Cardano and Tron gets in there and out there, and I think Doge is in there, right? So you want to look at something like Total 2 or Total 3 or others. So this one is others. Now, if you look at the top left here, it says crypto total market cap excluding the top 10, right? So this is basically just alts and, not layer ones and not the really big ones. So alt season traditionally is everything pumping, right? But people are focused on the smaller cap coins, right? The middle of the road and the smaller cap stuff. And this is an index of those. Now, it doesn't include everything. If you look at the formula that they use in CryptoCap, it doesn't include everything, right? So like meme coins that are only like less than 10 million are not including in this, right? and they might be the things that pump like crazy. So, right, just keep that in mind. But it'll give you an idea. None of these trend lines really fit. So, I mean, the EMAs are more the go. So, I mean, it looks good, right? It looks good. It's probably something like that. Is it breaking out? It looks like it's trying to. Key level would be here-ish, around here, probably, right? So you definitely want to clear the 50 EMA. This is the weekly chart, right? So if we get up here, we're on. Alts should do well. Are we going to get some full-blown alt season? I don't believe so. My bet is that there will be a few hand-picked coins from all the niches that will do well, but will everything do well like alt season back in 2017? No. There's too many coins now and not enough eyeballs. Way back in 2017, there was really only one game in town, and that was Ethereum. It was ICO season, right? Everyone was on Ethereum buying ICOs and flipping those, right? Next year the next cycle after that was DeFi summer, and again it was still really just Ethereum, and then Polygon and AVAX, right? And Solana was only just starting. So the focus was very narrow, not like it is now. I mean, the focus for memes is just Solana, but God, how many memes are there, right? There's like thousands of new ones created every day. My bet is that there will be tokens that significantly outperform, but it's not going to be an entire ecosystem wide, everything pumps like crazy. So for whatever niche that you're in, pick your favorites and just stick with those. Go look at CoinMarketCap and, go to the category section and sort by market cap or trade volume and see what's popular and pick the best looking ones out of that. But it's not a spray and pray thing like you could do in last few cycles. I think that's enough. That's a bit of a wrap. So have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon.